So I don't really have a video planned for today, but Casey's working on the GTI doing the rear brakes. So I figured it's a marginally nice day, no blue sky, but I want to pull the Pink Floyd officially out of the barn, out to here, maybe toss on the front bumper, the grill, and kind of finish up the front a little bit, and then mess with the brakes in this car a little bit. I think she said the bottom one down here, the Allen, is possibly stripped, so that'll be fun, but these things are so crusty. The crazy thing is, though, if you look at this side, they're not actually like super old. This grease, look how new the grease still is. All this is still pretty new. So the car just sat for a super long time and the pads were destroyed. Where'd they go? Look at these things. Look how bad these pads are. Like chunks are chipped off on the side. Like the pads are super old, the rotors, but the bearings look new. So either they just put new bearings on old rotors, which makes no sense, but the grease is still fairly new. So this car either sat for a long time or they put new bearings on old rotors and left old pads and just didn't care. But getting a nice little refresh. I think the fronts are done. Not yet. We have front brakes to do, rear brakes to do, rear wheel bearings. I think she finished the muffler as well. Got the new exhaust on it, so I'll pass inspection hopefully. And then this side to do. It's looking good. Little GTI, looking good. But yeah, I want to go ahead and pull this thing actually out of the barn for the first time. All right, this will be Maiden Voyage out of the garage. Oh, this interior is such a disaster. Maybe we'll do that today. I don't really want to be under the dash today, but this car was so nice to put together. Now it's so destroyed. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll do that. Race car. Once a race car, always a race car. Good old crank windows. All right, for the first time in almost a year, we're leaving the garage. Let's bring that back up a little bit. Okay. All right. Well, my seat's back. Hold on. Too far back. Nope, nope, nope. Oh, that's good. Okay, here we go. Good. I gotta believe the power steering bad. Cluster's just sitting in there. This car's in shambles, but it's outside. It sounds sick, dude. Like, woo. Sounds kind of cool. Oh, I haven't seen the green and the light in so long. Oh, she's a beautiful car. Oh, what a beautiful car to see her outside again. Dude, it's been so long since this car's been in the driveway, and now she just runs straight, no problem. Let's go. What an absolute beauty. And just all the turbo. All the turbo. Look at that. So sick. Okay. How good is this color outside? Huh? I said, how good is this color?
I know, it looks
oh,
good.
Love it. So I'm gonna start up here. I want to get to the, actually I'm gonna jack up the car. That way we can go full lock to lock, get the power steering all the way through so that stops making noise, and then top it off if I need to. I'm gonna put the bumper back on, the grill back on, and have the whole front section just done and completed. And then if I'm feeling super ambitious and the strip bolt over there doesn't piss me off too much, we might tackle this today and try and wire up my cluster. I did get, yesterday I picked up a spare fuse box. Now I have spare fuse boxes, but I got this one and I actually cut all the wires on the backside because I wanted to have a spare set of plugs So now I have another spare fuse box, all the fuses and relays, but now I have spare plugs for everything if I need them. Now this one here is a D pin, is what I'm missing out of my car. Now what he was saying to do is take D8 and splice it to E2, which is switch power. That can be power to the cluster. A lot of you guys commented and said there's other routes to also do that. So if I'm feeling too ambitious today, maybe we'll go under the dash, get this done, have the cluster done, and have the interior back together. We'll see. I'm not really feeling under the dash today. We got to get this thing done first, but I just want to pull it outside. Oh, it's so good. Just one more walk around. I can't, it's so good. Oh, she's a beauty. Absolute beauty. What I'm really excited for is to have all of our cars in one spot again. Like all of them, the Savoy, have the Jetta, the Mark II Jetta, and have all the cars in one spot and have them like all done, because like that car needs wheels and paint, this car needs suspension and wheels to be done, but to have all the cars like finished and in one spot is gonna be epic. I don't know when it's gonna be, probably somewhere in Florida, probably not this year, because the cars that aren't going to, I didn't announce it yet actually, you said it before in your video, I guess. The patron already knows we are moving from Germany to Minot, North Dakota, which is kind of funny because like it's been cold here, but Minot makes Germany look like Florida weather basically, because it gets to negative 30, 40, and they get like snow, like feet and feet of snow, and it's negative, and the high is like -5 sometimes, which is, I'm not ready for that level of cold, but in a few months that's where we're going. So I didn't talk about it on here at all. I said the patron already knows. This car and the Jetta wagon will both be going to Minot. Everything else is going to go to storage in Florida. So the Savoy will come down from Virginia to Florida. The Mark II is already in Florida, and everything else will convene into one spot, hopefully in Florida in a warehouse. And then after we're done in Minot for a year, hopefully moving back to Florida, and we'll have our own spot, our own shop, hopefully in our own house. And then all of the cars will be in one spot, which is super exciting to say. Maybe about a year or so out where that actually happens, but yeah. But also, yeah, Minot, North Dakota. So if any of you live in North Dakota, yes, hit me up, because it's a very small area. I mean, I'll say it looks beautiful in the summertime and the springtime, but like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I hated the wintertime here, and this wintertime is literally nothing compared to their wintertime. Like literally nothing compared to their wintertime. So it's gonna be brutal. So that is that. So yeah, we'll see what we get done on this car today, and also hopefully finish up this one, and then I will go from there. So power steering is now nice and smooth, all good to go. Went through and topped off the reservoir, that's good. And now the power steering pump, nice and quiet. So good to go. Next up will be front end. All right, Mr. Bumper, it's been far too long since you've been on the car. Here we go. Oh yes, it's exciting stuff today, boys and girls. We got a bumper going on the car. And then we're also gonna need this. So we shall have a nice complete front end today. So updates, front bumper is officially on. I've been doing a little bit of adjusting on this side with the intercooler. I pushed it further in. It was kind of making this side bulge out just a little bit, but now I got it, so now the bumper is sitting where it's supposed to. But if you look down here, the corner of the lip is actually touching over here on the intercooler, so I might just shave that a little bit, like right here. Shave this section out so it'll sit around this corner, and then I have to loosen up this coupler and just pull it out a little bit and adjust how the angle of this is sitting. But it does fit. It does fit. So it's good. After that, we'll toss the grill on, and the front section is done. She's looking good. And the sun that's trying, it's like right there. It might come out. Might have some sunshine on the good old green car. So after some adjustments and fine tuning, bam. Everything fits, even the lip. It's kind of touching, but like, doesn't really matter. It's just the bottom of the lip, not a big deal. But adjusted the coupler a little bit, adjusted this, and everything fits nicely. Bumper's back on. Not bad. The coolest thing is, you won't see an intercooler down here. So when the hood's closed, you'll never really know what this car has, which is sick. Kind of like a sleeper. If I kept it on these wheels, the Steelies, and it's like left at like stock height, it'd be like the ultimate sleeper. You would never know this car would be quick. But There she is. So now fender liner going back in to cover up all of that inside of there. Wheels back on. I have the battery cover for this. This still might go to the trunk at some point, but for now it'll stay right here. I don't mind it right here. I'm gonna put the battery cover over it so it looks cleaner, but we might swap that later on. But for now it's fine right here. Yeah, front end is all together. Oh, it looks so good. So good. Also, I've had a ton of questions on this car about what I'm doing for suspension and are we keeping these tiny crushed little brakes. Both of these go away. The plan for this car to be on airlift, will be bagged, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to leave all of this completely stock just for right now while we're still in Germany. The main goal is to have the car running and fully functional. The car runs, the brakes work, that kind of stuff, just so we can ship the car back home, and then once we're home, do the airlift suspension, do the bigger brake upgrade, that kind of stuff. But for now, the main goal, if we can get it done here, I'll try and do it, but the main goal, just make sure the car ran, be shipped and good to go, and then later on we'll go through and upgrade these tiny little crusty things because they're very small. But we're not doing any like 100-mile-an-hour pulls in this car, just to move it around a little bit. So small brakes at the moment don't matter, they'll work just fine for what we need to do, and then later on we'll go bigger. So I haven't really paid much attention to these just factory wheels, but the tires on here, the ones in the front are from 2010 and the ones in the rear, are you ready for this? These ones, where'd they go? From 2002. These things have been on here forever, and surprisingly they're really not like dry rotted. I mean, they're definitely not the best to be driving on since they're 20 years old, but you know, wow, that's funny. I kind of just glanced at it, I'm like, where are these from? And yeah, 2010, so 12 years old in the front and 20 years old in the rear. Goodness. So I'll probably swap these out before we take her home because we don't want that. Now the plan is to hopefully see Dimitri from Retro Wheel next month and pick up the actual wheels for this car. If you don't know, we're doing the OZ Cygnus, the 3-piece 3-spoke wheels, which I think is the perfect 90s vibe for this car. They'll have paint match faces, polished lips, and it's just to be all, like, the goal for this car has always been just the ultimate 90s, like dual rounds, paint match everything. And I think 3 spokes with paint match faces, just perfect touch for this car. I mean, just look at these things. And these are the actual wheels we're putting on this car. These are right now in Belgium at Dimitri's shop, but soon those will be on there. Whew. This is gonna be, look at that. It's going to be literally perfect. And paint match faces, yeah, perfect for the car. Listen to how quiet this car is now. Wow.
I just noticed a slight problem.
What?
Well, my e-brake's just like not there.
Pump the brakes. Because you reset the whole caliper, pump them. Once it gets tight again, you pull the e-brake, it'll be fine. Did it work? Yeah, you're good. Is there one on that side too, or no?
Huh?
Is there one up here too, or no?
I moved that one.
Okay. Now once you pump it and the copper comes back where it was, it'll be fine.
Okay, so just like went like...
Yeah, when you reset it all the way back and you pull the e-brake, there's nothing there. Okay, good lord. I always catch you doing the funniest stuff. But also, yeah, stay away from that one.
So we know how far back I go. I gotta go back so I can do this.
Keep on.
Alright, I'm just embarrassed.
Good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. I'll keep you on this. What do you even do? You just dump the clutch? With the e-brake on?
Might have.
Okay. Well, rear brake's done on both sides. Nicely done. And the one back here wasn't shipped, so that's good. And then now front brakes. And we also got new regulators for the windows because, well, actually on this car, if you use the key and hold it to the unlock position, the passenger goes down, but this one does not work with the key in the door or the switch. So either it's unplugged or it's bad, but we got a whole new entire unit for it. So we'll swap it out and get both windows working. And then just, yeah, just more and more on the GTI, getting it road ready. Looking pretty good. So exhaust is done, rear brakes are done, the front brakes, windows, and that's pretty much it. She did all the cooling stuff already. Oh, you still have a valve cover gasket to do. Yeah. That's it. All little stuff. Not too bad. Look, we have a little bit of sun hitting just the corner of the Pink Floyd. Look at the green. Oh, I'm blocking it. Oh, it went away. No, right, get over here, went away. Hold on, this is there. Can I get it? There it is. It's like half there. Look at that. Look at that shine. Probably the best color. It might be the best OEM color, I'm not gonna lie. But aside from that, if we come over here, Pink Floyd, aside from all the aftermarket parts like suspension, wheels, and that kind of stuff, I mean, talking about just OEM, I mean, it's complete. Well, aside from the disaster that the interior is currently still, because I just don't feel like touching it. That's a mess still, but she's together. Front bumper, grill, headlights, everything's there. Even tossed in the rain tray, which I realized I didn't trim paint any of this, not that, door handles, none of the molding, nothing got trim painted, which I totally forgot about, because originally the plan was to go through and have this car be complete paint matched all over, and I got these bumpers, so we're gonna keep the texture top on the car, kind of that Euro vibe for it. But when it gets a bit warm, we'll come out here and we'll actually trim paint the rest of the stuff and get it all finished up. But she's complete. That's crazy to see this car running, sitting in the driveway, all together. It's awesome. It's just so cool. So cool to see this car out again. She's looking beautiful. A little bit of sun coming over the corner. Just a little bit of sun. Not bad. The amount of turbo spool you hear out of this car with a 3-inch open cat is wild. I want to quiet it down, but it's kind of fun right now. But it's just so much turbo spool. With the car, like back and forth, the gears feel, in first gear and reverse feel fine. You can tap on the gas and like die out, doesn't break up. The car feels like super solid. I can't wait to actually drive it and go through all the gears, make sure it holds temp, that kind of stuff fine. But the car feels super solid, which is sick. Ugh. It's in the driveway, running well together. So sick. I think that last one I revved up, I might have shot a fireball. I heard a bit of a pop. This car is gonna be nasty. I cannot wait to have it all together and actually like drive this car and rip on it. This thing's gonna be fun. This thing's gonna be so much fun to beat on. So, not gonna lie to you guys, I overlooked something slightly. So I was in the process of putting back at least the top portion of the interior together, leaving the bottom open to go down the fuse box and fix my cluster later. Then, as I'm moving stuff out of this seat, I see this, and I've seen this sitting in this seat for weeks now, paid no attention to it, but this is the D pin that I was missing out of my fuse box. And I just got another fuse box to get a spare D pin that I was missing to splice in, but it's literally been sitting right here this whole time. Like if you go back and watch the earlier videos, it's been sitting right here the whole time. This is why the clutch doesn't work, because none of those are plugged in. You know, it just is what it is sometimes, you know? So I'm gonna drop the fuse box down real fast. I'm gonna plug this in, and then this should work. If it doesn't work, then I don't feel as bad because something's wrong. I'm missing something somewhere, but this should do it. I was like, why am I missing an entire plug? Because when I first had the pictures of the factory fuse box all with the 1.8 in it, I had that plug, and then after I finished putting the new harness in, I didn't have that plug, and I was like, I wonder why that's not there. And it's been sitting in the passenger seat this whole entire time, and I don't know. I think I even moved at one point. I was like, oh, I don't need that. I'm glad I didn't throw it away, but like, dang it. Okay, well, let's do it real fast and see how this works. Idiot. All right, so the D pin is officially back in the fuse box, and all the 5 wires that come off that go up to these little connectors on top are all connected. So now, oh, would you look at that? Gas gauge is working, lights are coming on. We got RPM. Listen, I don't want to hear it, you know? I don't want to hear nothing about it. It's fixed. And at this point, the interior will be all together. Cluster is working. Didn't have to splice anything. I can't, man. It literally was right next to me all this time. And it's so, when I was putting it back together, I even mentioned, I was like, oh, it's kind of weird I don't have this one. And I didn't see it off of Matt's harness. I didn't see it over here, so I just assumed like it's gone or we don't need it anymore. Idiot, man. So annoying. So yeah, the D pin plugs into the fuse box and goes up to the ones on top, the little holders, but that's all the switch power ones. So it won't go to the new harness, and it won't, like, you can keep with the fuse box, but like keep the D pin. Just, you know, sometimes it happens, you know, sometimes it just happens. But hey, it's all working now. Everything works. Look at that, we got a half tank, RPM works, everything is good to go. So mission successful. Still can't believe, and like, even like, I was looking at my photos of the fuse box I was putting together. I'm like, okay, I'm missing this one, this one, this one. That's weird. I don't want to hear anything about it. Also, if you're wondering, I didn't cut anything on the D pin on this one, because I noticed when I was pulling it out that all the D pin was connected up to here. So I left all the wires from that one, all 5 that are there, all attached. So that's the one. If your cluster doesn't work, the D pin, that's your one, and you missed it. Like I missed it. Idiot, man. But I got a spare one now, so that's good. And a bunch of spare plugs and a whole other fuse box, so not all bad. So needless to say, I'm very pleased. Everything on this car is now officially working. It's just so nice to see, you know? Just so nice to see. We just need to get an exhaust on this car, and then she's good. Once a race car, literally always a race car. This car has always been the loudest car we've had. Crazy. Race car. Idling for about 10 or so minutes. Temp is staying perfectly in the middle, as you can see right there. Hasn't passed that at all. Idling right about 900 or so. Super smooth. There's no leaks under the car, no power steering, no oil, no coolant, nothing. I mean, this thing runs crazy smooth. Like, I'm hyped. I cannot wait to drive this car and just rip on it. Dude, so sick. Definitely good. After the stressful few days I had before this was a good day. Front end's back on, all complete, cluster's working. Today was a nice smooth day. I needed today. Today was good. Whew, today was good. Let's go ahead and kill this real fast. Okay, now I can hear again. I love when you turn it off, you hear like that for a second as the turbo's still spinning. Oh, this thing's sick. So for right now, the car's done in terms of it's running, it's fully functional, I can ship the car as is, and it's good to go. In that aspect, the car is done. In terms of modifications, we have a lot to still do. I want to get either the Cabrio Sport front seats for the Pink Floyd or have that fabric done on a Recaro seat, one or the other. We need suspension, we need wheels, we need upgraded brakes, front and rear. Still a lot of stuff I want to do to this car, but in terms of right now, she is running, working perfectly. She can be shipped as is, and that was the main goal. Man, this thing's so sick. I can't believe it. Oh, it feels good that it all came together. This car was a faster process than the Savoy, but just being my first 118, all the turbo stuff and intercooler, trying to figure all that stuff out. This one was a bit more. I saw a bunch of comments saying this is the actual Demon car. I don't think so, because this car actually ran well before the engine swap. The Demon car did not, and no one could figure that car out. Why the car just wouldn't start, would just shut off on its own. That was a real Demon car, but this car, it's just a new process. My first 180, new thing to learn. But overall, I think this car went pretty well, and for, I think we're at like 8 or so months from the engine coming out till now, I think we've done pretty well. Definitely needed today. Today was a nice smooth day. I like today. So with that, gonna end today's video here. Hope you guys enjoy. If you could leave a like on the video, it's greatly appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. We're just getting started. We have so much stuff to still do, traveling, more cars to build. Yeah, we're just getting started. So if you're new, consider subscribing. But again, thank you guys for watching. Do not forget, be thankful for every single day. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.